Well, the Tampa Bay Rays are coming off an off day, and now they go to Colorado to face the Rockies. Hopefully, that leads to some W's.
Hopefully, the Bats can do some damage over there to the Colorado pitching, and we have a fun Friday episode. So, that means baseball trivia and name that war. So, let's get started right now.
You are Locked On Rays, your daily Tampa Bay Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, my name is Kevin Weiss.
I'm Ulises Sambrano.
And we are the host of the Locked On Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Thank you for making us your very first listen every day. Be sure to check out and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Locked On Rays. You can also find us on X and Instagram at Locked On Rays and email us anytime you want, lockedonrays@gmail.com. Before we get into previewing this upcoming weekend series against the lowly, and I mean lowly, Colorado Rockies, a little early assessment of the Tampa Bay Rays following their first homestand. Of course, we know they are slightly under 500 at 3-4. But Ulises, I posed this question to you. How would you grade the Rays thus far, 7 games in? I believe it's 7 games. Yeah, 7 games in. As far as a letter goes, do you give them an A performance, B performance, C performance, D performance, or F?
I think both ends of the spectrum are out of the discussion. No A, no Fs.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense to make that argument.
Fs are earmarked for the Marlins, the Athletics, and the team that the Rays will be facing this afternoon, the Rockies.
Yeah, I mean, you got 1 win, 0 wins. That you're probably heading to a D or F. Now, if you are 5-0, if you're 5-1, then you probably should deserve an A. The Rays don't deserve the A right now, so I would probably go in the middle. I would probably go a C plus.
Yeah,
I've seen some good stuff from the Rays. I have seen some, head scratching, not so good things so far. I think this series, this road trip, honestly, Kevin, when you look at this road trip, they're going to Colorado and then they're going to Anaheim. 6 games, and then they come back home.
Yeah.
Do some damage here. Get the group to believe they're really good, that they can beat the opposition. Do not play down to the competition. We've seen how the Rays do that sometimes. At times, like, just handle the teams that you need to handle, because if you don't, then it's just going to get harder.
Right.
If you're not able to take care of the Colorado Rockies and the Angels. So hopefully that this can be kind of a not wake up call, but kind of like a shot of adrenaline. You think that a shot of adrenaline from Pulp Fiction that Vega does to Uma Thurman. Think of something like that. Yeah,
that was a great scene. Should note that the Rays play 44 of their next 60 games against teams that miss the playoffs. So this is the opportunity to get yourself above water and pick up some ground until the injured guys are able to come back into the fold. You mentioned good things, bad things, and we do have some listener input on how they would grade the Rays thus far. What is the best thing that you've seen from the Rays and the worst thing that you've seen from the Rays?
Like individually or team-wise?
It could overall, whatever you want.
I've liked stealing a bag at least once every game. I like that.
That's fun.
I like that. You have the speed, use it. That was one of my biggest pet peeves about Kevin Kiermaier, not using his number one, skill, speed. So they're doing it. Series doing it. Caballero's doing it. Mead the other day, a ball, I think it was kind of like a wild pitch, but it wasn't like terribly, it didn't go into the backstop or anything like that. It was just like a little bit of a second maybe of time that the catcher didn't have control of the ball, and Mead was boom already to second. Like that's good base running. So I like that. The worst thing that I've seen, implosions of both starters and bullpen, which I mean, yeah, it can be individual, but it also can be, are they the right matchups that Kevin Cash is putting them on, and the front office are making these, or are they the actual right matchups? Are you putting a lot of trust in some people that maybe need to, start with less high leverage situations? I mean, is
Are you
Garrett
talking about Garrett
Clevenger,
Clevenger?
is Garrett Clevenger the guy out of 1-0 game in the ninth inning on April 3rd?
Right.
I want him to be that guy in June, July, August, September, October. But right now, is he that guy after missing basically a whole season? Is he the guy that you want there right now?
I mean, all things being equal, there's probably 5 or 6 other names I would put ahead of him. And as somebody mentioned in the comments, hey, there might be an opportunity for Kevin Kelly to get some role at some point if this bullpen continues to have issues here and there.
Yeah.
So, I'm with you on all those fronts, and not just the stolen bases as far as base running goes, but taking the extra base when you have the opportunity. Jose Siri, stretching a routine base hit into a double. Just having the wherewithal and the heads up and utilizing your skill set to take advantage of that. But, with the injuries, with new faces, there's going to be some growing pains. I think we're going to see that through the back end of the rotation until we get an answer on what Boz will provide and what Rasmussen will provide and what Springs will provide. And again, it's still extremely early. I want to see how Tyler Alexander and Ryan Pepio do down the line, but I would also be curious to see if Jake Odorizzi is tearing it up in AAA. What about Jacob Lopez? There are other options out there if it continues to be an issue, and this isn't just a back into the rotation thing. This is also a bullpen thing, and a position player thing. Walks. The Rays pitching staff is walking too many dudes. Second most, I think, in MLB. 30 free passes issued already. Conversely, the Rays offense isn't walking enough between Jose Siri and Caballero and Paredes and others. And I think some of that too is you face 2 collectively solid opponents opening with the Blue Jays and the Rangers. Nate Eovaldi's not a slouch. Kevin Gausman's not a slouch. Jose Barrios isn't a slouch. So I think as we start to see the Rockies and the Angels and some other trash teams, that should come to a little bit more of an equilibrium there. So just want to note that. Here's what the listener said when we put it out on poll. 0% gave the Rays an A thus far, as expected. I would think last year those numbers would be a little bit different, starting 13-0, or I guess at this time last year, 6-0, 7-0, whatever it may be. 17% give the Rays a B, 71% a C, and 12% a D in an F out of 189 votes. And some of the comments we got, Jake Stokes says, C+, tough to judge on the first week of the season with this many injuries. I think they will only get better as everyone gets healthy. Fair assessment there. AJ Top 24 says, ironically, the poll results are giving the middle finger. That is true. A lot of C's there, and that's kind of what it looks like if you flip your phone around sideways. Chris Snyder says it will take a little time to get everything adjusted. I'm guessing bringing pitching up and seeing who can hit. Meade should be playing instead of Ramirez. Okay. And then Rays fan Nick says, besides all of the walks by the pitchers, the most frustrating thing to me is to see Paredes hit those foul balls that could have home run distance. You could have 6 home runs already. You'd think the hitting staff could figure something out. How about adding a half an ounce to the bat to try to keep him less out in front?
Come on, man. Come on.
So that's the difference, is giving Paredes a heavier bat?
It's not. And besides, like, are we really going to hammer on a dude giving foul home runs? Like, that's the game, bro. Like,
Yeah.
3 out of 10, if you get it, you go to the Hall of Fame. It is an extremely difficult sport. Foul home runs, let's not go here. Let's not, half an ounce of bat. Like, let's be serious as a fan base, please.
Yeah.
That's no.
No, I would think if there's something to nitpick, it wouldn't be Paredes fouling, would be home runs. In fact, that should be kind of a positive sign
Yeah.
of, hey, straighten those out a little bit. Those will come. Those will translate, as opposed to like a dribble or foul ball, or, at some of the pitches that Jose Siri is swinging at, take more umbrage with something to that extent. Just saying.
And again, like, Mookie Betts has 5 home runs. Well, he also has 3 that were foul, so he actually should have 8. What are we doing here making math out of foul?
I don't know. We might have to look that up on Savant, is how many foul balls would be home runs. Like, they have that stat of, like, would this be a home run in another ballpark?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's maybe Paredes would have last year he could have had 60 home runs for all we know.
That comment is giving me a lot of Yankee vibes when Rizzo went to the Yankees, and they were like, "Oh man, he has so many foul home runs on the right field line." Okay, so like it's fine. Like, it's just, I think, like you said, it's a barometer of good things to come. Not, oh, what a shame. Like, it's fine.
Right.
It's just the game.
All right. So there that is. Hopefully the Rays will improve a little bit this coming weekend. We have more to discuss, but first, Ulises, we have to tell the audience something really important.
Important, delicious, Kevin. Delicious. I got to tell you something about delicious. Like, every meal, it's ready to eat. It is stress-free. You know that I'm talking about Factor meals. Okay, every single one is fresh. It is never frozen. It is chef-crafted, dietitian approved, and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Choose from a weekly menu of 35 options, including popular options like Calorie Smart, Keto, Protein Plus, Vegan, or Veggie. Also, you can discover more than 60 add-ons every week, like breakfast, on-the-go lunch, snacks, and beverages to help you stay fueled and feel good all day. You don't have to feel guilty. You can actually have something delicious that's good for you in less than 2 minutes. Factor is your solution for fast, premium meals without the need for cooking. And they're celebrating Earth Day all month long. Look out for the Earth Month Eats batch on the menu for the lowest carbon footprint meals. Oh, that's cool. So head to factormeals.com/LockedOnMLB50, that's 50, and use code LockedOnMLB50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next box. That's an amazing deal. So again, the code is LockedOnMLB50 at factormeals.com/LockedOnMLB50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next box while your subscription is active. Go try Factor Meals.
We also want to tell you about PrizePicks. As you know, spring training is over and baseball season is now underway. So don't miss your chance to add your favorite players from the diamond in your PrizePick entries, whether it's strikeouts, RBI, or first inning runs. Take your pick of more or less and add them to your PrizePick entries today. Testing your skills on PrizePicks this baseball season is, of course, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports, and it's really easy to do, and it doesn't take much time either. You can submit your entries in under 60 seconds. So, with all that said, download the app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB, LOCKEDONMLB, for a first deposit match of up to $100. I'll repeat it again. Download the app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB, LOCKEDONMLB, for a first deposit match up to $100. Okay, the Rays head to Colorado for the first time since 2016. Crazy, it's been 7, 8, 9 years since that trip. So hopefully they will be somewhat prepared for the change in air and how the ball goes off the bat differently in the Mile High City versus in the Trop or elsewhere. Just stay hydrated, have those oxygen bottles at the ready, and you'll be good to go. It's funny because I think the Rockies, who have been, just really crummy over the last several years, long gone are the days of Todd Helton and Larry Walker and Carlos Gomez and Arenado and Story and LeMahieu and all that, and Tulowitzki, I should say. They've just been dreadful, dreadful, dreadful. They went 59-103 last year. They haven't made the playoffs since 2019. And if there's any indication, they're probably not going to make the playoffs this year either, as they are 1-6 on the year with the worst run differential in baseball. Worse than the Athletics, worse than the Marlins, -34. We always talk about, have hope, opening day. It's a new season, new year. There's excitement, a buzz. This is our chance. That was all thrown out the window after the Rockies lost 16-1 in their opening day game against the Diamondbacks. I guess maybe there's still a little sliver of fun here because it is the Rockies home opener, but I can't think of it can't be exciting to be a Rockies fan or to do the Locked On Rockies podcast.
No, but go check it out. He's really awesome. Paul Holden, he is a super Rockies fan, and he will tell it like it is. So if you want to get his perspective out on it, definitely check out Locked On Rockies. But yeah, man, it's been miserable, I bet, for Rockies fans. I mean, look, the last time they went to the playoffs was the 2018 season. I have it right here. And they lost in the playoffs, obviously. Dude, 2018. That was the college team for the Rays. That was the 90-win team. That was the first year for Joey Wendell. That was when Brandon Lau and Willie Adames came up. Imagine as a Rays fan that would have been the last year that we went to the playoffs. Oh my goodness. And that's not that. It's just like being bad in your own division, like being bad across the league. Like it's not even just not going to the playoffs. It's just being historically bad. And we talk about the AL East being the toughest division in baseball. Look at the NL West. The Giants had a really good offseason. Have you heard of the LA Dodgers? They got a couple of guys that are pretty good too.
Right.
And the Diamondbacks went to the World Series last year. And they really had a great offseason as well. I mean, that rotation for Arizona is really, really good. Really good. So, and it's only going to get better when Jordan Montgomery joins that crowd. So
yes,
it's a tough division for the Colorado Rockies. And so it's not going to get better anytime soon. And it doesn't seem like the front office is making the right moves, the right decisions to propel them to the next step. And this is when a team like the Rays that has different aspirations, that has October dreams, even in a season where things could get more difficult than usual, like this year, you have to take advantage. You have to hit a guy like Austin Gomber, who has a 7.7 ERA, who every year that he has pitched in the major leagues, where in a season that he has pitched more than 4 games, he has at least a 4.4 ERA. So you got to beat on this guy. And he's a lefty, so you're going to see a lot of righty bats. You're going to see Harold. You're going to see Curtis Mead. You're going to see Randy. You're going to see a lot of the righty power hitter. So hopefully they're able to put a good step forward and get the road trip started in a good way.
Might even see our buddy Jalen Beeks. He's on the Rockies roster, believe it or not.
Maybe.
It's so funny because we talked earlier this week about home field advantage and the quirkiness of the Trop. The Rays play that to their advantage and they make it a win at the end of the day. Isn't there a thought that the Rockies could do the same if they just structured their roster more or less entirely around how Coors Field plays? Like, my thought is get fly ball hitters, get ground ball pitchers, shore up your defense, and make sure your pitchers are homegrown, because I don't see a lot of free agent pitchers wanting to come to Colorado. And I feel like that's it. that might solve the problem. Keep the ball in the ballpark if you're the Rockies, and then get guys that can elevate the ball in the air.
From the outside looking in, that looks like a pretty solid strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for them. Yeah. I think that's a great question for Paul Holden, for example. Like, have they tried this? Why don't they try this? You're right. Free agent pitching is not going to touch Colorado unless it's a ridiculous amount of money, or if there is no opportunity elsewhere. Because why would you go there? As far as the pitching wins games. You can have the 27 Yankees playing for the Colorado Rockies, but if your guys are scoring 10, but you're getting scored upon 12, that's an L anyway. It's the pitching, man. It's very difficult to pitch there successfully. So I think that's the biggest boogaboo. And by the way, I know this is not anything to do with anything, but I very dislike the fact that they get a con players that play there with the Hall of Fame. I've said this to you many times. I think it's ridiculous. Like, are we giving the same thing to Fenway for that ridiculous wall they have in left field? Every park is different, and it's MLB, so you deal with the results. There you go. That's it. That's the mini rant.
No, that's good. Yeah. At the end of the day, 2 expansion franchises that are in complete different directions. Just look at some of the numbers and history of the Rockies. I mean, they've had the worst ERA in the major since 1993. And it's not even really that close. And one of the worst winning percentages since that time. There was a spell there, 15 years ago, and dribs and drabs here where they've had a solid complexion, but overall they haven't maintained consistency by any means. So this is a great opportunity for the Rays to pounce and take advantage and see what they can do. All right. We do have baseball trivia and Name That War, but first we have to tell you something important, and that is this. Did you know that even if you have a 401k for retirement, you can still have an IRA? Well, Robinhood has the only IRA that gives you a 3% boost on every dollar you contribute when you subscribe to Robinhood Gold. But get this, now through April 30th, Robinhood is even boosting every single dollar you transfer in from other retirement accounts with a 3% match. That's right. No cap on the 3% match. Robinhood Gold gets you the most for your retirement thanks to their IRA with a 3% match. As I said, this offer is good now through April 30th. To get started, go to robinhood.com/boost. Subscription fees apply. I'll repeat it again. robinhood.com/boost is the place to go. All right, Ulises, fun Friday here. Let's get into it. Baseball trivia, Name That War. What do you have in the arena of baseball trivia?
Well, you mentioned some of them, so I'm going to have to make it a little bit more difficult. The last time the Rockies went to the playoffs, they had a 91-72 record, and they lost in the NL Division Series to the Milwaukee Brewers. They got swept there. They lost 3 games. But they did win the NL wildcard game 1-0 over the Chicago Cubs. Was there a banner? Find out next. So that last playoff team for the Rockies, a lot of names we know. A lot of names. So, Kevin, if a player played a single out, they're valid on this trivia question. A single out throughout the whole season. Can you name 12 players from that team?
12 players from, repeat the year again?
2018. Same year as Joey Wendell's first year with the Rays.
So 12 players from the Rockies 2018 team.
Yes.
Position players or anything?
It could be pitchers as well. And I will give you a little bit of a hint here just to help you out. 3 players on this Rockies team were or became Rays players?
Okay. I will say DJ LeMahieu.
DJ LeMahieu is correct. He played 128 games.
I will say Clint Barmis.
Clint Barmis is incorrect.
Okay. Oh, this is tough.
You got this.
I don't think I do. 12 names is a ridiculous amount at 7:58 in the morning. Oh
Okay, 7:58 in the morning, I will give you that. But you got this, dude.
12 names on the Rockies from 6 years ago?
I'm telling you. It's crazy, but like they're there. They're easy names when you're
Charlie
like,
Blackmon.
There you go. Number 2.
Arenado.
3. Very good.
Tulowitzki.
Little bit too late. 2018.
Okay.
Strike 2.
Wow. Okay. I am pretty stumped here. Yorvit Torreabla.
Incorrect. A little bit too late.
Wow.
Maybe we bit a little bit more than we could chew here. But you're going to agree with me that you could have gotten this, maybe not at 7:58 in the morning. Chris Iannetta.
Okay.
Ian Desmond. Trevor Story. Gerardo Parra. Carlos Gonzalez. You've got Pat Valaika. Look at that. Tom Murphy. Matt Holliday. X-Ray legend Raimel Tapia. Drew Butera. Kyle Freeland. German Marquez. John Gray. Tyler Anderson. And 2 X-Rays. Jake McGee and Wade Davis. And if you really want the 12th, just to be funny about it, Adam Ottavino. Adam Ottavino.
Oh my gosh.
You had it.
I don't know if I had all that. I could have maybe gotten 6, but 12. I don't know if I could get 12 Rays players from 2018. That's how bad my memory is. Okay. Yeah, I got screwed on that one. All right. Hopefully you bungle this Name That War.
All right, let's see what you got.
Not quite as hard as that trivia question that you put forth. All right. This guy, and I'll give you a little bit of a hint.
Mm-hmm.
His career was exclusively in the purple and black. Pitcher Aaron Cook.
Oh, wow. Aaron Cook. I'm pretty sure that he pitched against the Rays in that 2016 season. Pretty sure. Well, I'm thinking he did, right?
No, he didn't.
Oh, damn. You got the game logs? Damn. Okay. All right.
I have the year logs. I don't have the game logs. You said 2016, correct?
Yeah, 2016. You said that that's the last time they played together, so he wasn't there. Okay.
And I actually lied. He did play like half a season with Boston. Everything else was with Colorado.
Okay. Aaron Cook. Well, we know what pitchers do in Colorado, and it's never fantastic. Aaron Cook sounds like a guy who had like an 8-year career. And I'm going to go with each year, probably around 1 WAR. Minus the Colorado Rockies. So I'm going to go 7 WAR.
It's a good guess. Mr. Cook here. I was just looking something up. I was trying to look up his ground ball rate, but I can't find it. He played 11 years in the Bigs, 10 with Colorado, 1 with Boston from 2002 to 2012. He was a one-time All-Star. In his career, he pitched 1,406 innings, racked up 578 strikeouts. So was not a strikeout pitcher by any means. In fact, I think he led the league in hits allowed in 2008, the year he was, ironically, an all-star. 236 hits that year. I'm just going to deduce that he was similar to Dane Dunning in the fact that when you give up contact, it's weak contact or it's singles contact. You're not giving up extra base hits. Look, that's the key. Get Dane Dunnings and Aaron Cooks on your roster, and you'll be okay, I guess. 4.6 career ERA. I hear train behind you, I think, or train behind me, something like that.
Yeah.
1.468 whip. All right. I will not leave you hanging any longer. His career WAR, 15.6.
Okay, good for Aaron Cook. How much money did he make?
Let's see if I can find that
33?
on the rip here.
33 mil?
He made 38 going on $39 million.
Good for Aaron Cook.
Yeah.
All right.
Into his late 20s and early 30s, he was getting $9+ million.
Good
He's got
job,
his
Aaron
contract
Cook.
too. So
All right. So basically double that.
yeah,
All right.
and basically, yeah, just find Aaron Cooks if you can, if you're the Rockies.
Yeah, I think there's a guy there that could help out. His name is Ryan Yarbrough.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Blast from the past. All right. Hope you all enjoy some Rays W's this weekend. If there's not some W's this weekend, could be a long season for the good guys. All right. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and we will talk to you next week.